So, holy Mary, Mother of Josephs, Minnesota fighting Vikings down 17-0 against the winless, the feckless Atlanta Falcons, just coming into US Bank Stadium and just doing terrible, atrocious things to the Norsemen. So, Kirk Cousins and company back on the field, a minute 54 to go. Cousins already has 2 picks on the day. The first play of the game where he stared down Justin Jefferson, Deion Jones, a great linebacker, picked it off, as well as A.J. Terrell staring at Kirk Cousins. Once again, just staring down Justin Jefferson, locking on to a receiver. Kirk Cousins has been flat out embarrassing today. Now, I am certainly not a Kirk Cousins apologist. I have defended him when he's played well. I have torched him when he's played bad, and he is playing ass atrocious. This might be the worst half of football I've ever seen Kirk Cousins play in a Vikings jersey, and that's not hyperbole. The fact that the Falcons, even though they did get a little bit of a boost getting rid of Dan Quinn, you knew that you were going to get the Falcons' best shot, but the facts are this team is the 31st ranked team against the pass. They're 30th in the league in points allowed. They're down John Kaminsky, who's one of their best defensive linemen. And then you just have this. And Kirk Cousins, honestly, he looks like a deer in headlights rookie making his first career NFL start. And all this talk. Well, Cousins, he just has to improve in terms of pocket awareness. He has to do this and that. Dude's been in the league for 9 years. He is not changing. He is exactly what he is. Why are you running it here? And you got 3 timeouts, I guess. All right, so a minute 34 to go. Clock is ticking. Vikings just picked up the first down with Amir Abdullah, down 17-0 against the winless Falcons, which is great. And also, so when Atlanta was operating, when their offense was on the field, they showed... Man, they're getting smoked. They showed a lot of shots of Kirk Cousins just on the sideline. So here was Kirk Cousins on the sideline. Just hands on hips, got the baseball cap on. And that's a bad look. That's a really bad look, man. The fact that you're not in the iPad, you're not looking at photos of the Falcons defense, you're not looking at potential plays, you're not talking with Kubiak about strategy and whatnot. It's a horrible look. Talk with the receivers. Hell, argue with Thielen on the sidelines like you did Week 17 last year against the Bears. I do not care, but do something besides just standing there by yourself, looking and feeling sorry for yourself. It's not great. Ezra Cleveland's look good, though. So we got that going on for us, which is nice. Irv Smith is stepping up. It's your 1st and 5 from the Atlanta 44. Let's go. Hit him with the foul. Oh, there you go. Cousins' arm was picked. Cousins' arm was hit as it was coming forward. Looked like it was pressure coming from the right side of the offensive line. Had a wobbler picked off by number 54, Falcons linebacker. This is great. This is comically bad at this point, but also spotting the Falcons a lead. Yeah, maybe they should just cut Kirk Cousins. Actually, we put that on there. Let's see. So the Vikings would only incur $20 million in dead cap if they cut Kirk Cousins before the 3rd day of the new league year. So let's take a look at this kind of spot rack. Kirk Cousins, because a lot of his guarantees on his extension were all up front in terms of the signing bonus. So his $21 million base salary is in 2021 is not guaranteed, but it does lock in and is guaranteed on the 3rd day of the new league year. Oh, so the Vikings can't get the ball bounced their way. It's unfortunate. But the team is flat. There's just no emotion, and it felt like that there was a bit of emotional hangover from the Seattle game, which can happen, like a big-time emotional win, big-time emotional loss. Also, it doesn't help that Harrison Hand is out here just getting embarrassed. But so Mike Hughes out issues with his neck again. Vikings only dressed 4 cornerbacks yet again in their infinite wisdom. And why would you do that, especially when you knew that? And then they just picked up a 3rd and 7. Cool, nice hurdle. Sure. It just does seem like okay. It just does seem like the Vikings have zero answers for the Atlanta offense. And we knew coming in, respect that Atlanta does have a lot of talent on offense, but it does seem like they're operating with impunity. Like every single 3rd down they're going to pick up, they can do whatever they want on offense. Let's look at the team stats. All right, so as of right, where are we? So as of right, meow. Actually, that's incorrect. Yeah, I just put out fake news. All right, so Falcons take a timeout, up 17-0, 3rd and 3, deep in Vikings territory. But yeah, you look at what used to be the great and wonderful Zimmer 3rd down defense. Falcons are 4 and 7, including 1-1, 1 for 1 on 4th down. Oh, hey, baseball's still going on. There you go. But man, this is just rough. And especially how we laid out this week, that the Vikings are a lot more talented than their 1-4 record suggested. They had a double-digit lead against the Titans. They gave that one away. The Titans still undefeated. They took the Seahawks to the friggin' brink. Would have shocked the world on Sunday Night Football if Madison gets a half a yard, if Thielen gets a half a yard, if they could stop Russ on multiple 4th downs and also didn't let him march 94 yards. But now you're here in this spot. You're just hoping that you hold the Falcons to 3 in this spot. It's embarrassing. Kirk Cousins got 3 picks. Oh, they pick up the first. Of course they pick up the first down. Who's that? Ito Smith? Ito. Falcons got a timeout. They got 19 seconds left. Clock is running. Hell, maybe they should fire Zimmer at halftime. Overall, would you be that upset? Because I did think that Zimmer coming into the season with the 3-year extension, which made him a top 5 paid coach in the league, I did think that he was basically unfireable because that was a big time deal, and owners generally don't like eating that many years left on a coach's contract because they got to pay him out, and then they have to hire new staff, a new head coach as well. So. But at this point, so yeah, the Vikings are in this weird spot where they're not rebuilding, and also they're not really going for it. Well, maybe you could suggest that they're going for it with the extension to Kirk Cousins, as well as they traded for Yannick, as well as all that stuff. Like a team that was rebuilding, just sort of tanking it, wouldn't have traded for Yannick after the Neal tweak. They wouldn't have maxed out the salary cap. They wouldn't want as much as possible to roll over to future years. So this team has always been sort of half pregnant to me. They have 15 draft picks, most draft picks in NFL history since they went to 7 rounds. Young Ho Koo, South Korea representing. The pride of Georgia State, I think. Man, if you're Falcons, why are you running that play? Like I know that you're just settling for 3, but go for the touchdown, man. You're the Falcons. You blow leads. It's what you do. May as well build the lead up as much as possible. Wow, he looks exactly like me, except like taller and more athletic. All right, so there you go. Vikings 20-0. Run the clock out, please. Don't leave 1 second left. Just run the clock out. So Vikings going to halftime down 20-0. Is this a cut and paste of last year's Denver game? It's possible, where the Vikings ended up coming all the way back against a very crappy Broncos team and then making a goal line stand. Props to J-Ron Curse on that one. But yeah, the way that this team has performed, it's absolutely atrocious and embarrassing. Kirk Cousins has been ass complete ass. And yeah, you could say, well, they're missing Dalvin Cook. So what? Injuries happen, especially injuries to Dalvin Cook. But the team just being emotionally just drained. And also, like, all right, so what is the number one role of a head coach? It's to get your team mentally ready to play on Sunday. How many times under Zimmer has his team just fell flat, fell flat, fell flat, fell flat? No calls, no shows. And of course, Zimmer never takes any responsibility. Always puts on the players like, well, we had a good game plan and players just didn't show up to play. Whose job is that, Zim? I understand that they're the ones on the field, but who is the one who mentally gets them geared up to perform the best on Sunday and put them in the best positions to respectively succeed, right? And also, all right, so say that's not your job. Sure. So you're passing that buck off. So you're just going to focus on the defense as well as just randomly throw the challenge flag out because that's what you like to do. But who then? All right, so if you're responsible for the defense, shouldn't you fire the defense coordinator? And you are the defense coordinator. Let's not mince words. The Andre Patterson, Adam Zimmer promotion to co-regional defense coordinators, that was all window dressing. As long as you still called the plays, you were still the man responsible. So you can't pass the buck off there. And your defense is ass atrocious. It's one of the big reasons why. Man, they can't even pick up a yard. Cool. So I am quite concerned. Also, I respect the going for it on 4th and 1, but the fact that your offense can't pick up a 4th and 1 twice. So they lost the game because of it in Seattle. Well, also your defense let Russell Wilson march 94 yards, including picking up 2 fourth downs, but whatever. And then this game, should you have taken the points at that spot? Maybe had a better play call. Maybe had Alexander Madison in there as opposed to Mike Boone. Maybe Kyle Rudolph could actually make his block, coming across the formation on 4th and 1. I don't know. As well as, so the Gladney lowering of the helmet, please. Like, the NFL can talk about safety all that they want, but at least apply the rule evenly. How many times a week do you see that same exact Jeff Gladney hit and it's not called? But of course, it is called on the Vikings. Of course, Harrison Smith is called on him. Of course, Harrison gets ejected for absolutely no reason. It's atrocious. And also, because the Falcons were set up, was it going to be 3rd and 13? Something like that. So the Falcons were going to have their backs against the wall, but instead they get a fresh set of downs because of that penalty. It's absolute crap. It's absolute crap. And also, what is Gladney supposed to do? So he committed. He's getting right. He broke down and he's ready to tackle. He's ready to throw a shoulder up against Gurley's thigh pads, but then Gurley ducks his head. Also, aren't you supposed to call it on the offense as well? That was 10 times more egregious than what Gladney did. But at this point, man, so we've talked about against the tanker people, keeping hope alive. At this point, yeah. If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So 1-5, not keeping hope alive. And also, you don't have to tank. Just play all the kids. And this is why I'm pissed off that they didn't make a concerted effort to find a young quarterback behind Kirk Cousins. And no, miss me with all that Nate Stanley BS. Because say you had a rookie or a second-year mid-round pick, a guy that you're grooming in the Kubiak system, a guy that you could turn to for a spark. You sit Kirk Cousins' ass down on the bench. Oh, you don't have that. Oh, you have Sean Mannion. Oh, you have Jake Browning. Oh, you have stupid Nate Stanley. Okay, cool. Awesome. So, yeah, unload the bench. Play DJ Wonnum as much as possible. Trade Yannick. Sure. Actually, we should talk about that one. Trade Yannick. Because you don't really miss out on much. And if you're going to nosedive the season, fully nosedive. So trade Yannick, play DJ Wonnum full-time, play James Lynch full-time, you cowards. Play Kyle Big Hinton on the offensive line. Play Blake Brandel. I don't really care. So the offensive line, young left to right, should be Brandel, should be Hinton, should be Ezra Cleveland at left tackle. But they seem dead set on keeping him at guard, so it's whatever. And then play Bradbury and, of course, Ezra Cleveland, get him in the mix as well. But, man. This is so rough. This is so torturous. Because this team, this team could lose to the Jets, whereas the team that played most of the game against Seattle could beat anyone in the league. And that's what's so frustrating, the hot and coldness of this team. But again, I guess that's what it is being a Vikings fan, huh? All right. So that's the halftime show. Thanks for checking in, Jerome's. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hang around for daily Vikings takes as well as draft takes. Oh, check out, we did a draft profile on Justin Fields. Get all up in that, sure. And then also stay tuned for the post-game show as well as the winners and losers video. Of course, that's awesome. But check you later. Skull, production value.